Hi, I'm James Cabales from Stingray Tattoo, and you're watching the biggest little wrestling show.
Beer, the best four-letter word you've heard all day. Enjoy an ice-cold bottle domestic for just 99 cents. Because at the Sands, it's all good.
Hello, Reno Wrestle Factory fans. Jay Biggs here, standing alongside me, my broadcast colleague, John Billington.
And me, your special guest, Luster the Legend of the Reno Scum.
Well, that's definitely true. Luster the Legend of the Reno Scum, thank you for joining us. And right now we're getting into Reno Wrestle Factory action here on the Biggest Little Wrestling Show as the man from Vennis, Italy, Vennis DeMarco, a tough up-and-comer here on the West Coast indie scene, goes one-on-one with Mustafa of the legendary hardcore tag team, the Gangsters from ECW.
I can tell you, first-hand experience, Vennis, one tough customer.
Definitely is, that's for sure. John, have you had any experience here with Vennis DeMarco? This guy is tough as nails.
Well, not personally, excuse me. I'm not a wrestler, but I've seen some of his work. He, of course, is from the European area, and I've seen probably about 35 of his matches, and I am quite impressed.
Definitely a reason to keep impressed because this guy, as I mentioned, is as tough as they come. But speaking of tough, you can't discredit his opponent at all. He's a former Smoky Mountain Wrestling Tag Team Champion, former ECW Tag Team Champion. We're talking about Mustafa of the Gangsters. His tag team partner, as you remember, was New Jack, and they were just recently on the TNA Hardcore Justice pay-per-view. It actually came out during the main event. I thought that was pretty cool.
At one time, the Gangsters were, in a lot of people's opinion, the best tag team in the world. At least, I think you could agree with me, John, probably the most violent.
Well, in my opinion, the greatest violent tag team, of course, was the British Bulldogs.
Come on.
There, of course, was Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid, both excellent wrestlers from the UK.
Yeah, those are great wrestlers, but I'm talking street fight.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking too, Luster. There we go. Coming right out, look at Big Mustafa. All 6'6" of this guy. He is just humongous. Look at him. Coming out here at the Reno Wrestle Factory. Want to thank all of you for joining us. Digital Channel 220, Channel 12. Keeping up with us as well on Twitter, Facebook, MySpace, all those nice social networking sites. Thank you for joining us there.
What's Twitter?
Twitter is, well, it's a...
Wait, I got one of those.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Now you can join the Reno Wrestle Factory course on Twitter and find all your favorite Wrestle Factory superstars there as well. Links to all those pages. But Big Mustafa here about to take care of business. Get down to thugging and bugging, as, well, Teddy Long would say. Sure why exactly I wanted to use that term.
I definitely hear a lot of name dropping going on. Let me tell you something. Vennis DeMarco is going to tie this guy up into a knot.
I think not. We'll find out.
Don't count on it.
Yeah, exactly. Mustafa, a big guy. Vennis running his mouth. This is pretty typical fashion of Vennis DeMarco, if you know anything about him at all. He's been wrestling all over the West Coast Indies for the last couple years, and definitely, as I said, has made a big impression on all the superstars here, not only the RWF, but on the West Coast, Southwest, Northwest in general.
Then why is he afraid to get in the ring?
Well, look at the size of that Mustafa. I mean, he's just intimidating. Here we go. Referee Toby calls for the bell.
Talk about a definite contrast of styles. Vennis DeMarco's got a very methodical catch-as-catch kind of style versus the very violent style of Mustafa Saed.
Right now he's confusing Mustafa. Look at that. Oh, Vennis is down. Nice push to the chest, and Vennis is going to go to the outside and say, okay, I need to recoup, refigure exactly my strategy to face this big man who's obviously got a size advantage on him by a good 2-3 inches and also a good 50 pounds. Mustafa in there right now. He looks like he's ready to play around, but he's all business. I guarantee you that. Well, let's see if we can get Vennis DeMarco to change his mind on sticking on the outside and come back in before referee Toby issues that 10 count. Back in through the ropes now. Let's see exactly what we can filter up here. Oh, got a collar double tie up. And Mustafa once again showing he is the dominant individual, and right on my table.
He is not going to outpower Mustafa.
Yeah, I have to agree with Luster the Legend on that.
He's got to psych himself up, you know.
Definitely has to keep that going, and right now, Vennis DeMarco is really, if I could say this, is just toying with Mustafa because he's making the big man angry.
He doesn't look like he's toying with me at all. He's definitely out of his element.
Well, I guess you could say mind games. How about that? Because if I was Mustafa, knowing his intensity, I'd be ready to grab that guy and throw him right back in the ring.
Like I said, Biggles, Vennis DeMarco is a pure wrestler. He's completely out of his mind to try and tangle with Mustafa.
I'm not going to doubt that at all for 1 second, knowing this guy's career. And he's one of the featured superstars on our RWF website, RenoWrestleFactory.com. Now trying to whip him out of the ropes there. Vennis DeMarco gets spin around. And oh, nice clothesline. Vennis is down once again. The power advantage is just there for Big Mustafa. Up and a slam. Look at that. Vennis once again trying to recoup his thoughts, trying to redo his strategy and figure out how exactly he's going to even have a chance to take the big man off of his feet. Thus far, he hasn't had much success yet.
Well, like I said, Vennis DeMarco. Oh.
And oh, look at that, John. Big Mustafa slingshots him in from the outside to the middle of the ring. Drops a giant elbow across the chest of Vennis DeMarco. 1, a 2. Only a 2.5 count there for Mustafa. Still not enough to put Vennis DeMarco away, but man, that was close.
You've got to give it up for Vennis DeMarco, who's a pure wrestler.
Oh, we missed it.
Dang right.
He's a pure wrestler, and Mustafa carelessly tossed him on his head.
I'll say what you want. That wasn't carelessly. This is just the style that New Jack and him wrestled for years and years there in ECW. You remember how hardcore it was.
Well, that was then. This is now. This is not ECW. This is the RWF.
Well, you got a valid point there, John.
Wait a minute, hold on. I put my money on Mustafa against 90% of any so-called superstar you see on TV any day of the week.
That's some intensity there. Well, you really got your cards laid out for Mustafa. I don't blame you because look at that. Right there into the post. This could be the time that Vennis DeMarco's been waiting for, his one chance to get the upper hand on Mustafa, who right now looks like he's, well.
Come on, Mustafa.
Yeah, come on, Mustafa. Trying to get. Can't say I exactly agree with Vennis's tactics all the time, but so far, Lester the Legend, you got to say he's been able to go toe-to-toe with him.
Well, he's kind of taking it to Mustafa right now, but I reversed
Oh, my God. Do you see that? My hell, he just went into the chairs.
I can't imagine what that feels like right now for Vennis DeMarco.
Well, it probably feels like being way back in old school ECW, John, considering that is some of the tactics they would use back then. How cool here, the RWF fans coming live to our tapings get to see actual Mustafa here in action, putting the beating down on.
Vennis DeMarco is not prepared for this. He wrestles inside of a ring, not outside of it.
Well, say what you want, John. Right now, Vennis DeMarco is rocking and reeling. He's got, look at this. He's on his knees pleading, Mustafa, please
listen to him.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look
There
at that.
we go.
Right there. Nice kick to the breadbasket, whip against the ropes. Mustafa ready with another clothesline. And these things are like just bats that hit you across the head out of nowhere. Mustafa with a quick cover 1. Oh, just a 1.5 count. Still very early for Vennis.
You mean the furry mammal that flies around?
I guess you could say, yeah. What in the world are you talking about?
Or the baseball bats.
Oh.
Clarify that people in Reno are idiots.
Well, okay, I'm sorry. You also think football is soccer. Regardless, here he's got him in a nice chin lock. Mustafa wearing down Vennis DeMarco. Referee Toby checking to make sure it's not a choke. And Vennis actually trying to work his way up here, believe this or not. Oh, nice elbow there to the midsection. He's got him off now.
You see that? He just raked him right in the eyes.
I know, the ref's got to stay on top.
Right in the middle of the ring, he raked him in the eyes.
He's got to do whatever he can. He was already assaulted on the outside with chairs.
Almost want to think this guy is connected to the mob or something, these dirty tactics he's using here in the ring. Vennis DeMarco, and no. Look at that, an elbow right across the chin and the chest of Big Mustafa, who is down in the middle of the ring. And I don't think right now is a good time to take bows.
Big mistake.
Very big mistake. He's showboating 1, 2, and Big Mustafa kicks him off with ease.
Even you, John, can admit that was a mistake, right?
Well, he didn't hook the leg properly. I've seen him hook the leg before, and I can't believe he hasn't done it yet. But now, like I said, the action's back in the center of the ring where he's in control.
Well, right now, definitely, Vennis DeMarco is in control. But I got to tell you what, it looks to me like, oh, well, maybe not. It looks like Big Mustafa's head is a little bit harder to hit.
He does have one hard head, but I'm telling you right now, not as hard as this noggin.
You know, I wouldn't doubt that for a second, some of the shots I've seen you take, buddy. But look at this right now. Definitely Big Mustafa back in control. Oh, a big boot to the face. Let's see what he can follow this up with. He's looking out, getting the fans' approval. He's going to grab Vennis. Oh, maybe not. He's going to hit the ropes. What do we got here? It's a leg drop. Oh! Missed that one.
Vennis DeMarco, of course, too intelligent.
Say what you want. I don't know if that's called intelligence. It's more of just ring.
It doesn't take that much brains to roll out of the way.
Exactly. Thank you. Well, right now he's wearing him down. Look at this.
No one's ever accused us, the legend, of ever having brains.
You guys calm down here. I'm in the middle. This is got a big 6'5" guy on one side of me with a mohawk, and never mind. Just wrenching that neck right now. Vennis, DeMarco, Mustafa, and Mustafa in the ring. You know, I got to tell you guys, I am very surprised thus far on how well Vennis has been able to keep up with Mustafa.
Speaking of brains, if you put Mustafa's brain in a peacock, it would fly backwards.
Hey!
Okay, I'm not sure about that one there. Either way, I'll tell you this much. He's getting into the corner, getting shoulder tackles right there into the second turnbuckle. He is just, you know what, I got to say, I'm thus far very impressed with the man from Venice, Italy. Into the corner there. Vennis coming in.
You'll be real impressed when he wins this matchup.
Not happening.
Yeah, thank you. Didn't think that one was going to happen. Now Vennis DeMarco looks like he's just raking the chest of Mustafa now.
If he didn't make that crucial mistake of trying to headbutt Mustafa, who's got a head like a coconut, his match would be over. We'd be back to a flight to Great Britain.
There he goes again.
There's that coconut head you're speaking about.
Yeah, exactly. Look at, see, once again, he's hitting himself. He doesn't care. Look at that. Right into Vennis's head. Vennis is down and definitely dazed, to say the least. There could even be a possible cover here. Oh, he's not done playing with this guy yet. Vennis DeMarco back. Oh, what did he do there? Looks like he raked the eyes. He's got a right hand to the side of the head of Mustafa. Now back into the corner. Let's see if Vennis DeMarco can capitalize on the situation. Nice knee there to the breadbasket. Oh, look at that. Toss him out of the corner. And how's Vennis? Vennis has really got to follow up with more here, in my opinion, to stay on top of Mustafa and be on the winning end of this.
Going to the top rope to do a patented
top, that's the second.
If he hits this move, it's over.
Look at that. Mustafa moved out of the way.
Was that like he moved out of the way like a cow?
Something similar to that, I guess. Regardless, here we go. Mustafa up. Big right arms.
A series of rights, if you will.
Yes, that's right. And he's whipping Vennis DeMarco out of the ropes. Oh!
Big boot to the head. He's calling to the crowd. I think it's over, Biggs.
I think it is, too. And Lusted Legends called it just like
he's setting him up for the world-famous Mustafa Saed Power Slam. Boom. There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, is he going to get the 1, the 2, and the 3? That's it. We are done as far as Vennis DeMarco goes, and Mustafa. Mustafa definitely victorious here. How awesome.
Just like I called it.
Exactly. Can't say any better than the way Lusted Legend, the Reno Scum.
Awfully quiet over there, John. Hey, hold on, I'm talking. And I'm going to tell you right now, Biggs, it was fun, real fun commentating this match. I got to go whoop on Malachi and Paul Isadora later tonight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Few moments left here before we go and take a quick break. Want to remind you to make sure you stay with us, folks. We're going to be back here on the Reno Wrestle Factory's biggest little wrestling show.
Zodiac Sign Company for all your signage needs, including vehicle wraps, banners, ADA signage, digital printing, cut vinyl, three-dimensional letters, hand painting, and custom design. The Zodiac Sign Company, serving the Reno Sparks area since 1999. For more information, call 775-324-0799.
Beer, the best four-letter word you've heard all day. Enjoy an ice-cold bottle domestic for just 99 cents. Because at the Sands, it's all good.
Hi, welcome to Stingray Tattoo, Reno's oldest tattoo studio. We also do body piercing. We are currently having a sale on t-shirts and tank tops for 50% off. Please check us out on stingraytattoo.net or Facebook. At Stingray Tattoo, all we do is custom tattoos.
Hey, Ference, what are you doing?
Oh, this is my first Sands dollar. I'm pretty proud of it. In fact, I had to get it framed.
Don't most people redeem Sands dollars for meals, merchandise, even free play?
Did you say free play?
Beer, the best four-letter word you've heard all day. Enjoy an ice-cold bottle domestic for just 99 cents. Because at the Sands, it's all good.
Why did you do that?
Because it's good as cash.
You love wrestling. You've always wanted to be a part of it, but you just don't know where to start. It doesn't just have to be a dream anymore. You can do more than just watch wrestling. You can be wrestling. There's only one reputable wrestling school in Northern Nevada, and that school is the Reno Wrestle Factory. So get off your couch and give Reno Wrestle Factory a call and start living your dream today.
This is Jay Biggs on the road to Vegas, and you're watching the biggest little wrestling show.
Welcome back to the biggest little wrestling show. My name is Jay Biggs here. John Billington joining me alongside for this next match as we see the big man from Stone Mountain, Larry Blackwell, taking on, of course, the San Francisco hometown favorite, that being Dylan Drake, here at the Reno Wrestle Factory. I want to thank all of you for joining us here. Of course, Digital 12, Channel 220, every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. This is the spot to be here in Northern Nevada. As you see, all 399 pounds of the big mountain from Stone Mountain coming out here. John, what are your thoughts on this guy?
Obviously, Larry Blackwell can do whatever he pleases. That includes eating whatever he wants, because he's got the physique of a Tongan prince. Look at this guy. He's a fabulous wrestler, quite athletic, despite his physical appearance. You cannot take this guy too lightly, because he'll rough you up any way he can.
That's definitely true, John. I couldn't have said it any better. And speaking of his size and athleticism, this man, being nearly 400 pounds, can actually do a backflip off the top rope. I have seen it myself in person. It is absolutely amazing. But speaking of athleticism, here we go. Dylan Drake, 215 pounds, from San Francisco, California. He's a major up-and-comer here on the West Coast since making his debut in 2007. Trained at the world-famous APW Garage in Hayward, California. Now makes his way here to Reno tonight to definitely show why he is a #1 contender here in the Reno Wrestle Factory. Now, folks, looks like we got action. It's going to kick off. We got the referee in the ring here, just waiting for things to get going. Now, Sparky in the corner there, making sure that Larry stays back. Don't want to mess with him at all. Dylan Drake coming into the ring. Now, John, have you had a chance at all to see any of Dylan Drake's matches on the biggest little wrestling show? This guy is quite impressive thus far.
Well, maybe you're referring to his win-loss record, which has been quite impressive. But when you look at Larry Blackwell, he just oozes impressive.
Oh, you could say the same thing exactly about the hangman from Cole County, Texas, Dalton Frost. And in the inaugural episode here of the Biggest Little Wrestling Show, Dylan Drake obviously was victorious over him. So take nothing away from this young up-and-comer, as I mentioned. Larry Blackwell as well here, a humongous individual, as you can see here, 300 pounds plus, and only a pound away from 400 pounds, in fact.
And he looks hungry.
Yes, and I'm assuming Dylan Drake could be a light snack for this guy if he plays his cards right. But we're about to find out here. 300 strong, Reno Wrestle Factory, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, I don't think Larry Blackwell will appreciate you making comments about his weight.
Larry, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to offend you if you're listening. Okay.
Of course he's listening. This is the greatest wrestling show on the planet.
You know what, John? For one of the first times, and I actually have to agree with you on that. Collar and elbow tie-up here. Big man, wrist lock by Dylan Drake. He's going to wrench that around, and Larry Blackwell's not going to take that.
Cut off immediately by the superior intellect of Larry Blackwell.
Well, do you think he can actually do some old school grappling or some collegiate wrestling? And what is exactly his style?
His style, he doesn't have a style. He can do it all.
Well, we're about to find that out for sure. Definitely power. Look at this, into a headlock there. Look at him saying, I've got the smarts. I don't know about that. Referee Sparky Ballard keeping control of this match.
All he's got to do right now is use his size advantage to wear down Dylan Drake, which is exactly what he's doing.
Well, look at the power of Dylan Drake coming back right now, though. He's got the fan support here tonight in Reno. Pulls that arm right back behind his head now in an armbar.
And if you notice, he couldn't wrestle out of that hold. He had to throw a cheap shot to throw Larry Blackwell off balance.
Come on, cheap shot, whatever. Look at this. Larry Blackwell, regardless, is trying to wear down the arm of Dylan Drake right now. Right in the center of the ring. Good ring savvy here, of course, by one Larry Blackwell, keeping his opponent right in the center of that ring is exactly where you want to be.
Definitely imposing his will on Dylan Drake. You can obviously see Larry's taking his time doing what he can.
Oh, look at that. Right back out of it. Into another arm bar in behind Larry Blackwell. Let's see if he can reverse this or not. What's this? Pulling the hair. Come on, ref. Get a count going there. Like, almost as if he's saying, like, Dylan Drake has lots of grease in his hair or something. Come on, Larry.
Pulling the hair is only illegal if you get disqualified.
I'll say what you want, John. Referee Sparky Ballard definitely keeping control there as he issues the 5 count. Broke it 2 by Dylan Drake. Larry Blackwell trying to shake that one off right now. Back into a collar and elbow tie-up. I'm assuming Dylan Drake's not going to win this one. Well, maybe he will. He gets in behind him. He can actually get the arms around him, believe it or not. That's kind of reminds me of when Rick Steiner got his arms around Yokozuna at one time. Wasn't able to slam him, though.
That's because Dylan Drake has arms like a gorilla. He's misproportioned.
Regardless, I think he's got a good physique, and definitely it shows here as he is able to control the mountain from Stone Mountain, all 399 pounds of him.
Look at how easily he picked up Dylan Drake.
That is kind of like a doll of some sort. Very easy there for Larry Blackwell. Like I said earlier, though, John, not taking anything away from him, especially his ability and his power. There's no denying that. Look at this shoulder tackle. Come on, Dylan. I don't know if that's exactly smart.
Did he honestly believe he could take Larry Blackwell off his feet with a simple shoulder tackle? This guy must be crazy.
I almost have to agree with you there, but finding out, see? Look at, he is the mountain. This is exactly why he's telling you he is the mountain from Stone Mountain. You're not going to move a mountain, and you know this, John.
You've got to get a tow truck to move this guy. Dylan Drake is not a tow truck. There you see a cheap shot again.
He did. He hit him with 2 drop kicks right now. He's got the mountain rocking and reeling. Looks like we might have a landslide maybe. And he catches him right there in the corner. He's going to pull out to... Oh, look at this. He's trying to get him to fall over. Larry, the jump, and he lands right in the middle of the ring there on his butt. Dylan Drake with a shoulder tackle finally moves him, but he was on his bottom in 1-2 count there by the ref.
A crucial mistake by Larry Blackwell, but he was only doing what he's meant to do, and that was win the match, which he almost did if he would have hit that move.
Going for his patented sharpshooter right now. Look at this. Larry Blackwell trying to wiggle out of that one, to say the least. And look at Dylan Drake. Smart, working on the legs right now. Trying to wear those down so that he can possibly later on apply that sharpshooter as his finishing hold. But right now, he's just toying with the legs of Larry Blackwell. Nice elbow there to the knee. Larry Blackwell's off his feet. I think, John, if anything, this is a great strategy. And here we go for that sharpshooter again. He's actually got the legs wrapped around, trying to roll the mountain over. Don't know if he can quite do this. Look at this. He might need a front truck loader for this one. He's got his arm around him.
Yeah, a wise man once said it doesn't matter how big you are.
It's not enough.
If you take a guy to the ground, his size does not matter. So once again, and put this on record that I've agreed with you, which is a very rare occurrence.
Yeah, that definitely is a first. John, Larry Blackwell on the pursuit on the outside now. Dylan Drake, and right punches to the bread basket, or what do you want to call it there? Oh, right across the back with a right clubbing forearm.
It doesn't look like a basket to me, but Dylan Drake, he must be confused. He must have thought that was the weakest part on Larry Blackwell's body, and of course it wasn't.
That's definitely the most, well, we could say padded area on Larry for sure. And look at him right now, coming back in through the second rope.
Once he gets wind of you making fun of his perfect physique, he's not going to be thrilled.
Oh, I'll have to talk to his people. Either way, look at this. Knee right there to the chin.
You might have to make an appointment.
Well, I'll get a hold of Matthew Theall, and we'll see if we can do that. Right now, Dylan Drake down in the middle of the mat. That's where Larry Blackwell wants him. You know, I got to tell you, John, I really thought that Dylan Drake, once he got the big mountain from Stone Mountain off his feet, would keep him there and try to utilize these leg holds on him and getting that sharpshooter. But Larry Blackwell just coming right back, and right now he's choking him in the corner with the big boot.
Taking Larry Blackwell's lower extremities might be the only strategy to win besides hitting him with a sledgehammer, which, I don't know if you knew this, is illegal.
It's very illegal, of course. And
destroy him.
Look at that. Oh, right there into the ropes. That's right across the throat of Dylan Drake. Larry Blackwell definitely in control of this match. No denying that. And an, big 400-pound elbow. I'm sorry, 399-pound elbow.
Look at the face of Larry Blackwell. He is enjoying his work.
Definitely, this guy is a brawler. And he just doesn't care about you. I'll tell you right now, he'll sit on you, he'll squash you, he'll squish you, he'll do whatever he needs to get that W. And look at right here, as I was saying, he will squash you. He's standing right on the kidneys of Dylan Drake. I mean, that's a young man, you know, he's got a big, long career ahead of him. And the last thing he'd want is any injuries.
If he loses a kidney, you've got 2 kidneys in the human anatomy. You've only need one.
Come on, John. Either way, referee Sparky Ballard issuing the 10 count. All the way up to 4 now. Dylan Drake coming back in.
How much do you think a kidney from Dylan Drake would go for on eBay? I don't think it would be very much.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars, I would assume.
Maybe in South America, but not here.
What is that, like 3 or 4 pounds or something? I'm not sure what you guys use, but
you couldn't comprehend it.
All right. Well, I haven't needed a kidney lately, and hopefully I won't in the future. But right now, in control is the man with 2 kidneys. Both of them, in fact, have 2 kidneys. That's Larry Blackwell. Oh, a chop right across the chest.
Devastating knife-edge chop by Larry Blackwell. That was impressive.
You could definitely hear that flesh-on-flesh contact. Look at this. He's just toying around with Dylan Drake now, stepping on him. Can you imagine what that does to the throat, John? All 399 pounds across your trachea?
I cannot imagine, because I'm not stupid enough to get in the ring with this guy.
Neither am I, so I guess we're in agreement once again.
Dylan Drake must be a freaking fool.
Well, you know what? Call him a fool, but he's got heart and determination, and that's what this kid works on right now. I would not discredit him completely yet.
Heart and determination can sometimes get you killed, which is what it looks like as we watch.
Speaking of killing, this guy is just getting squashed into the corner. I can't believe this. All 399 pounds. Oh, look at that. Right into his back again. The chances of Dylan Drake getting the big mountain from Stone Mountain Larry Blackwell off his feet once again are very minimal at this point, John. I would have to assume. Look at ref. Look, he's got the hair. Watch out for that. Oh, elbow right to the back of the neck. Dylan Drake just keeps getting on up.
Well, of course he's getting up. He's a moron. He could just lay down and take his beating like a man, but instead he's trying to mount some type of comeback. Let me tell you, he's going to wind up in the hospital.
Well, that is a possibility, but I wouldn't call him a moron, John. Look at him punching right back now. And, oh, well, that didn't work out so well, but a valiant effort thus far for Dylan Drake here. He's down in the middle of the ring, though, right now. Larry Blackwell once again on top.
I think we're witnessing the ending of a career from Dylan Drake.
I'll tell you right now, if he hits a big splash on him, that definitely could bust his rib cage, no questions about it, as all that weight comes down, crushing around him. Look, suplex right now by the mountain from Stone Mountain, gets him up over the mountain, and he is on the other side.
A perfectly executed suplex by Larry Blackwell. Obviously, the wrestling ability of this guy is unmeasured.
That's true. For his size, he is doing an awesome job thus far of grappling with Dylan Drake. Two count from the ref. Dylan Drake finally getting out of that one. He still looks like he's lost some breath, though, John. I mean, you got to admit that Larry Blackwell right now is definitely on the upper hand of this match.
I can definitely attest that the core area of Dylan Drake has got to be sore and beaten up.
Now look at this. Look at this, John. He's getting kicks in there on the leg. As I mentioned earlier, the leg was the best spot to, oh, well, maybe not. A knee to the gut. Dylan Drake back on his back here on the mat. Things aren't going his way right now at all.
It just looks pathetic at this point. Larry Blackwell should just put him out of his misery like an old man in the old folks home.
I hate to do what you always say, and it's drop names, but Arn Anderson once said, you're always 3 seconds away from the end of a match. And that's all it takes for Dylan Drake to make the right move, just like that right there on his butt. This is Dylan Drake's chance to get up, get the fans reeling behind him, and definitely get an upper hand on the mountain from Stone Mountain. I'd keep him down if I was him, John. I'd keep him down right now and work on those legs for the sharpshooter.
Of course you'd kick a man while he's down.
Come on now. And he's definitely doing that. I don't blame him at all. This is a wrestling match, John, and that's completely legal. Headbutt there to the chest. Not sure how effective that was, but definitely Larry Blackwell felt that. Dylan Drake staying on top of him. I'll give him that.
He had to hit him with his head. It's the only part of his body that hasn't taken any punishment.
Well, possibly true. And right now, he's allowing what I'm telling him not to do, and that is allowing Larry Blackwell to get up, get him off that one knee that he's on right now, Dylan. What is this? Oh, a headbutt, and a DDT, and that is about as effective as it's going to get from the knees for a big man like that. He is down right now, and the fans are definitely behind him.
He definitely caught Larry Blackwell off his guard.
He did that for sure. Now, is he going up for that big flying eagle? That body press from Dylan Drake? We're about to find out. Larry Blackwell up. Dylan Drake takes flight and boom! Look at that. He hits him with the flying eagle cross body block. Just a 1.5 for Larry Blackwell. Wow.
You seem surprised that Larry Blackwell kicked out of there. Have you seen the size of him? You've got to pin him with a semi-truck.
Well, that may be true. I mean, that's the same exact move that he took out the hangman from Cold County, Texas, Dalton Frost with. So Larry Blackwell, very impressive here in his strength and ability and the way he's moving around the ring for this guy's size. And this match has been going quite a while. I would only assume, John, the longer this match goes, just because of the size advantage, that maybe Dylan Drake might have a cardiovascular advantage over Larry Blackwell, if that makes any sense.
Well, of course it makes sense. I'm not an idiot like you, but oh!
Misses the splash. Dylan Drake, capitalized, buddy. This is your chance right here. What's he doing? Oh, as I mentioned, John, he was setting up those legs earlier for this, and here we go. The sharpshooter's on. Dylan Drake's got it locked in. He's pulling it back. The big man from Stone Mountain hits the ropes, and the ref has to issue the 5 count as he drops it there. Dylan Drake just doing whatever he can. He's pulling out all stops right now, John.
That's a testament to Larry Blackwell's experience, knowing where he is in the ring at all times.
That is true. That is definitely true. And Dylan Drake now, the only man in the ring, went ahead and hit a little drop kick there to the outside for Larry Blackwell. Now Larry's on the outside trying to figure out what's going on as he's trying to recoup. Dylan Drake, what's going on here? Looks like he's going to follow Larry to the outside.
That's not a smart move. As you can see right there, Larry Blackwell he swatted him out of the air like a mosquito.
Definitely did. And now he's got the hair of Dylan Drake on the outside. Referee's issuing the 10 count. Needs to get him back in there. Dylan Drake just looks like he's completely exhausted. He's used all of his power to try to face this big man.
He's going to squash him like a cockroach.
Oh, look at that. Oh, right there. That might have knocked the big man from Stone Mountain out. Oh, look at this. John?
I've often said that when steel and skin and bone meet, steel always wins.
Is that the match? Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Blackwell unable to make it in before the issuing of the 10 count by referee Sparky Ballard. A valiant effort here as Dylan Drake beats the big man from Stone Mountain. Although, hold on. What's going on here, John? He's coming back in the ring. He's coming back.
Celebrating. Oh. You never turn your back on your opponent. The match is over. But obviously, Larry Blackwell is not impressed with Dylan Drake's performance.
Keep that bell ringing. Let's get some help out here or something, because this is almost 400 pounds. Damn it. Right there in the corner. Dylan Drake, this young up-and-comer, may have some rib injuries now, John. Look at this. No. Oh. 400 pounds across the chest. And with him falling, I'm sure it's even more with the force, the centrifugal force. Referee Toby in now to try to get Larry to stop. This is sick.
Stick a fork in him. He is done.
Wow. I can't believe this here. Well, regardless. Oh, no, another one. Come on. Oh, jeez.
One more for quick measure. Larry Blackwell is a force to be reckoned with here in the Reno Wrestle Factory.
Quite an impressive debut here for us. John, we're going to be right back on the biggest little wrestling show. Make sure you stay tuned, folks. Much more to come, including a giant main event right here on the biggest little wrestling show in Reno, Nevada.
Dylan Drake, a quick word. I hope you've got health insurance.
Definitely so for those ribs. All right, folks, we're going to be right back.
You love wrestling. You've always wanted to be a part of it, but you just don't know where to start. It doesn't just have to be a dream anymore. You can do more than just watch wrestling. You can be wrestling. There's only one reputable wrestling school in Northern Nevada, and that school is the Reno Wrestle Factory. So get off your couch and give Reno Wrestle Factory a call and start living your dream today.
Zodiac Sign Company for all your signage needs, including vehicle wraps, banners, ADA signage, digital printing, cut vinyl, three-dimensional letters, hand painting, and custom design. The Zodiac Sign Company, serving the Reno Sparks area since 1999. For more information, call 775-324-0799.
Beer, the best 4-letter word you've heard all day. Enjoy an ice-cold bottle domestic for just 99 cents. Because at the Sands, it's all good.
Hi, welcome to Stingray Tattoo, Reno's oldest tattoo studio. We also do body piercing. We are currently having a sale on t-shirts and tank tops for 50% off. Please check us out on stingraytattoo.net or Facebook. At Stingray Tattoo, all we do is custom tattoos.
Hey, Ference, what are you doing?
Oh, this is my first Sands dollar. I'm pretty proud of it. In fact, I had to get it framed.
Don't most people redeem Sands dollars for meals, merchandise, even free play?
Did you say free play?
Beer, the best four-letter word you've heard all day. Enjoy an ice-cold bottle domestic for just 99 cents. Because at the Sands, it's all good.
Why did you do that?
Because it's good as cash.
Main event time now as we get started here. Reno Scum taking on the team of Big and Tasty and the Wrecking Ball, Paul Isadora, in a 3-on-2 handicap match. Now, just to give you a little bit of insight as to what's gone on here, if you caught our very first week of the biggest little wrestling show here in Reno, of course, you saw in our main event the Big Wrecking Ball, Paul Isadora, who was friends with the Reno Scum. These two right here, Lusty the Legend and Adam-thornstowe, turned on them, became a Judas right here in Reno, as he threw Adam-thornstowe through a table on top of the head of Lusty the Legend, and just a disgusting display of actions. Really a disappointing moment for us here at the Wrestle Factory. Fans are just completely into these guys, love them. The Reno, of course, the Reno audience will be right behind their hometown favorites, the Reno Scum. And right now we're about to find out, John, just exactly if the Wrecking Ball and Big and Tasty are able to overcome the odds against the hometown favorites.
Obviously, the emotions are running high for the Reno Scum. Like you pointed out earlier, they used to team together and take road trips together. They were very close friends. Paul Isadora has turned his back and in my opinion, made a right financial decision.
That's what he told me. If you watch that first show, right at the end, he looks at me and says, "Jay Biggs, I did it for the money," and which is disgusting because I would never have assumed the Wrecking Ball was broke, but hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Just because a guy likes money does not mean he's broke. He's got 5 houses in 5 different states. He's got mortgages to pay.
Definitely, he's internationally known.
You can't blame a guy for trying to make a buck.
A buck or a pound or whatever you want to call it. All right, Big and Tasty, Hardcore Dayton and Malachi making their way out right now. You see them. This is just these two right here have been wreaking havoc not only on the West Coast tag team scene, but here in the Reno Wrestle Factory as well.
This tag team is a perfect example of when styles clash in a perfect sense. Malachi is a street brawler, a bruiser, and an all-around tough guy. Cory Dayton, the same way, but he's got the amateur skills and the shooting ability to tie anyone up in knots.
You know, I definitely have to agree with you, John, because I've seen him do that.
And then on top of that, they're tagging with the 7-foot monster. The Reno Scum is an obvious disadvantage for this matchup.
We're going to find out when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object right here tonight in Reno. Now listen to the music. The Big Wrecking Ball, Paul Isadora, all 7 foot plus of him, over 300 pounds. Man, this guy is just a force to deal with.
Something to think about is he learned a lot about the wrestling business from the Reno Scum. And he knows all their tricks, all their moves. He knows exactly what they're going to do before they do it.
Look at that shirt, John. I've even heard the Reno Scum say that, you know. That's one heck of a motto to go by here. He didn't come here to lose at all, and I don't doubt him for 1 second. Look at the size of these guys as well.
He hasn't lost anything since he was a professional basketball player all over Europe.
Definitely, I can credit you that you are correct on that one. This guy, I've even seen him break backboards.
He breaks backboards easily. He looks at backboards and they break. And speaking of breaking, I would imagine that any member of the Reno Scum will leave this matchup with multiple broken bones.
Almost did at the last event, John, that's for sure, as Adam-thornstowe is thrown right from the ring apron through the table at Lusty the Legend.
An obvious look of concern on the faces of Reno Scum. Going back to the emotion that Paul Isadora has made this financial decision, I think is going to come into play.
I'm sure that, you know, Reno Scum, these guys are tough, but their feelings have somewhat got to be hurt because this is a guy, as you mentioned earlier, they've been all over the United States together, especially all over the West Coast. Everybody knows them as the Reno Scum, and for him to turn on money, I mean, there's got to be a confusion point as well for them. Like, well, why did you do that after all these years?
Well, the Reno Scum doesn't know the value of $1. Look at their ring attire and
They're scum, come on.
The haircuts, they don't care about presentation in multiple houses like Paul Isadora.
Well, I wouldn't want to say it's not about presentation because you definitely have to have a presence about yourself, but it's more about your wrestling skill, and that's something that the Reno Scum has, technical and brawling, that's for sure here. Now, these two are evenly matched up, in my opinion, Cory Dayton and the Rock Legend Scum, Adam-Thornstowe. These two are no strangers to each other at all here on the West Coast circuit.
I will give you a wee bit of a history lesson. These guys experimented with a tag team about 9 years ago, which Cory Dayton couldn't compensate with the lifestyle of the Reno Scum, which is to drink whiskey and get into random fights with strangers. Look at that beautiful shoulder tackle by Cory Dayton. Oh.
And big Adam-Thornstowe coming right back there at him as well. Drop kick right to the face of Cory Dayton. Another one. Look at this, Cory Dayton out to the outside now, trying to recoup and figure out exactly how he's going to turn the strategy here against the Rock Legend Scum. Oh, look at this, Adam-Thornstowe right over the top. The giant leap right to the floor, takes out big Malachi and Cory Dayton even at the playing field, 2-1 now, as the Wrecking Ball is the only one left on his feet. Well, Adam-Thornstowe's bringing back in, though. Oh, Cory Dayton right on my table there. I'm getting the heck out of dodge. The last time, you know how that went for me, John, and now he's throwing him back to the inside. Adam-Thornstowe doing a smart thing, staying right on top of Cory Dayton, and a blind tag. I don't even know if Adam-Thornstowe saw that or not. Turn around at, right there, clubbing forearms right across the back of Adam-Thornstowe. He's down now, and the Wrecking Ball in control.
Look at that beautiful punch right to the face of Adam-Thornstowe. Paul Isadora's got the advantage at the moment, got the smaller wrestler. Look at this. Cornered in the ring, easily lifts him way over his head.
10 feet in the air.
Devastating gorilla press by Paul Isadora.
And Adam's down. Look at this. Oh, like a tree branch right across the chest. He's the outside now on the floor. Malachi going after. And come on, ref, watch for this.
Do you see how rapidly Paul Isadora?
Oh! Dang it, right into the kidneys on the ring apron. Can't believe that. Now he's just thrown him back in as roadkill, basically, for the big 7-footer Paul Isadora.
Going back to how well Paul Isadora knows the athleticism of Adam-Thornstowe, he's isolating his back to make aerial movements that much more difficult.
Very smart strategy, John, and I completely agree with you right there. Keeping Adam off the ropes or in the air, out of the air, I guess you could say, would be a smart strategy. And a big elbow right now, a double team right across the mid-back from Malachi to one Rock Legend Scum. Adam-Thornstowe whips him into the ropes, and a big elbow across. Adam's down.
Pinpoint accuracy with those elbows to the abdominals and back area of Adam-Thornstowe.
That's exactly why these guys are up-and-comers and true professionals that you will see for years to come here in the world of professional wrestling. Big kick to the stomach there from the Wrecking Ball. What is that, a size 16 boot, I believe? It's just enormous. And look at that, a backbreaker. Another one, sidewalk slam. The big man, 1, 2, and Lusted the Legend says, I don't think so. Comes right back in there, and look at his friend, ex-friend, I guess you could say, the Wrecking Ball, Paul Isadora, staring him down, pulls him into the wrong part of town. Adam-Thornstowe, that is, anyways. Tag from Malachi, now he's in, working on that back. That's where they're staying, John, is right on the midsection of Adam-Thornstowe's back of the kidneys, lower back region there.
Well, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It doesn't matter how many steps you run or how many crunches you do every morning. When 3 of these guys isolate your rib cage and your back area, it makes it quite difficult to breathe.
Look at this here. Big rights to the head of Malachi. And a big knee into this breadbasket again.
Right to that vulnerable area.
Exactly, just the other side of the body from where they've been working. And I'm sure Adam, especially in the middle of his body right now, has got to have some pain. And a quick 2 count from Malachi to the Rock Legend Scum, Adam-Thornstowe. Referee Toby keeping control here as the big 7-footer Paul Isadora comes right back in again. with clubbing arms right across his back. Right in that same exact spot, John. Look at him now. He ducks down. Adam-Thornstowe sees the advantage there that he can take. And oh, he slips right in. Lester the Legend's in right now. Here he goes. He's got the big man rocking a little bit. Oh, he misses a clothesline into it. Oh, a nice shoulder tackle from Lester the Legend. Look at it. Oh, look. He had a boot right across the arm. Looked like he was going for the, oh, now the choke slam. Lester the Legend fighting out of it. Look at this. Clubbing to him. And oh, the 16 right to the face. There's nothing you can do about that, John.
Exactly. Paul Isadora, like I said, he's studied the Reno Scum for years.
Coming back now, Lester the Legend trying to fight back somewhat here. He's got that big mohawk under his arms, and Cory Dayton back in now.
Doesn't look like he's fighting too much at the moment, Biggs.
Oh, he's not. He's not at all, unfortunately, but they're just, you know, it's the numbers game, John. It's the numbers game. 3 on basically 1 at this point as Adams, as you can see him limping over there in the corner trying to recoup. And Lester the Legend right now not in a good spot. Cory Dayton definitely staying right on top of him, going to the midsection on Lester too. A nice right punch there from him in the corner. Right back, look at these quick in and out tags. You know, Big and Tasty and Paul Isadora, for not being a team that's tagged a lot together as a 3-person unit, definitely keeping each other fresh and staying on top of the game in this match.
Perfect strategy by Big and Tasty and the 7-foot giant, isolating the Reno Scum and seemingly picking them apart.
Listen to that, the chants, the oys going through the arena here in Reno. Just getting right behind their hometown favorites, Lester the Legend, Adam-Thornstowe, the Reno Scum, and just not enough, unfortunately. Big Malachi using underhanded tactics and breaking the eyes of Lester the Legend. He's got him in the corner now. Looks like he's going to whip him out. Oh, right there. And oh, Malachi got the elbow from Lester. And oh, well, elbow from Malachi puts Lester the Legend right back down. Look at big wrecking ball. Paul Isadora getting in there, making sure he does not tag Adam-Thornstowe. That's not what they want. They're wearing him down as we speak.
I must say that you can't discount the fact that the Reno Scum has shown quite a bit of heart, but heart can sometimes get you killed.
Yeah, you can say that when you just get a 10-foot body slam. Lester the Legend, though, regardless, kicking out, that's not going to be enough to put this big man away at all. Now look at him here. Oh, he's going to throw him to the outside. Not sure exactly what he's going to do here. Big wrecking ball.
You can see the physical devastation that Lester the Legend is going through. He landed on the concrete, the cold, hard concrete floor like an accordion.
Just pushed his ex-friend there, Paul Isadora, off the mat. And now he's on the outside, taking advantage of a hurt Lester the Legend. But oh, look at this. He's going to fight back. Chops from Lester the Legend and an arm. Oh, just a clubbing forearm across the back from Paul Isadora. Those kids are scared, just scared as heck. You see them there, just crimped up in the corner?
Obviously, those children have never seen an impressive professional athlete with the size and devastating force of Paul Isadora.
We saw what happens when the fans get involved there with the Sheik Kana body match last week. Oh, right across the chest. The big 7-footer just, I'm telling you, it's like a tree trunk, John, just going right across you there.
Let me ask you a question, Biggs. How do you defend against a move like that?
I don't know if there is any defending. Just hope for the best and let Jesus take the wheel, I guess you could say. Now, referee Toby issuing that count. Lester Legend, he's back up on the apron. Look at that, Malachi. Come on. Come on, ref. Take it. Oh, and another boot. This might be enough to keep Lester the Legend on the outside for the 10 count. Referee here trying to at least get the guys back to give him a fair shot, at least getting up and getting back in the ring. Now the count is being issued. He's up to 2. Find out exactly what happens here. Hopefully he can keep Malachi and Cory Dayton away from Lester while he's trying to recoup and get back in the ring.
He should have been counted out already. That referee must be from Reno.
Oh, come on now, John. I'll give him a fair chance here. And the fans are, oh, and exactly right there. He was expecting a big man, came in with a boot and he missed. Now look at Malachi. Caught some elbow from Lester, and he's tagged in Adam. Adam's in now. A big drop kick to Cory Dayton. Look at this. Oh my gosh, the wrecking ball right in the corner. He's up. What is Adam-Thornstowe doing? He's giving him the what I like to call the tree of Joey Lawrence, the tree of woe. Look at this. He's going up on the top turnbuckle. Are you serious? A stop? Oh, the Montello spike right there from Adam-Thornstowe. Unsuspecting it. Oh, an upside down wrecking ball. Gets a spear. And he turns around into a big super kick from the Rock Legend Scum. Now he whips Cory Dayton into the corner. He's got his tag team partner, Lester the Legend, with a big spear into the midsection. And another Montello spike into the corner from the Rock Legend Scum. And now the Reno boys, the Reno Scum, are in control in their hometown now. as the fans are rallying behind him. Look at this. Lester the Legend picking him up for a legend bomb, I'm only going to assume. And look at this. He's got hard Cory Dayton up. And he runs it, right into the wrecking ball. Paul Isadora, who's got to be feeling that. I can't believe this right now, John. He's on his back in the middle of the ring. And I think we could... What are they doing here? This looks like they might be setting him up for their patented finisher, the Scum Stomp. And look at this, Adam-Thornstowe going up all the way from the... Wrecking Ball's got his... And Adam-Thornstowe off the top. He's got both of them around the neck. He just throws the Rock Legend Scum out. And a big... a 10-foot choke slam, and he's out right now. Look at... Adam's back in off the top rope. Right to the back of the Wrecking Ball. He's to the outside now. Look at hard Cory Dayton right behind Adam-Thornstowe. And another... going for a super kick. Spins him around there. Hard Cory Dayton taking him out. 1, 2, 3. I can't believe it. Hard Cory Dayton, Malachi, and the Wrecking Ball, Paul Isadora. Just strength in numbers is all I can say, John. Unfortunately, Reno Scum unable to overcome the numbers game here tonight in Reno, as Big and Tasty and the Wrecking Ball pull off the big win here tonight in Reno. And look at this disgusting hip jive. Like, what is that?
I don't know what I call that, but what I did see was all that effort and all that speed was just destroyed with the blink of an eye.
And that's like I said earlier, you're only 3 seconds from the end of the match at any given time. And definitely here tonight, unfortunately, the Reno Scum on the losing end. Now we've seen this before. This is sick. Are you serious? Are they going to try this again, John?
Of course, obviously they're going to try it again, but they are sending a message to everyone in the Reno Wrestle Factory.
That was just disgusting, because at the last show they almost sent Lester the Legend and Adam-Thornstowe to the ICU. Look at this. It's like a beatdown. 2-on-1. Lester in the corner just trying to defend himself, putting his arms up. Look at this. Adam-Thornstowe being pulled out by the big Wrecking Ball, just clubbing blows here on the mat. All three of them are like a pack of rabid dogs.
Someone called the ambulance.
And we're going to find out exactly what they have in store for him here. I hope they're not trying to send them back through that table again, John, but I'm off to the side, and they've got the table set up. You can only assume bad things are going to happen. And again, come on. Again, do we really need to see this?
Rest in peace, Reno Scum. They are
No, don't do it. What is that? What is that noise? Mustafa Saed.
What's he doing out here?
It doesn't matter. He's helping out the Reno Scum.
This isn't his fight.
Look at this. Mustafa in there. It looks like he's getting attacked by Big and Tasty in the Wrecking Ball. Numbers game fighting back. Adam's back up. Looks like right now, hard Cory Dayton to the outside. Lester the Legend's back in. What did he just hit the Wrecking Ball across the head with?
He hit him with a ball. You can't bring weapons in the ring.
Yes, he can. I'm sorry, but the bell is rung already, John. It doesn't matter at this point. Big Mustafa with the right arm to the Wrecking Ball. All 7 foot of him is rocking and real. Look at this. He's got Mustafa.
Choke slam.
I don't think so. Look at this. He turns around into a big 7-footer body slam from Mustafa. What about that power? I can't believe it. The fans are going crazy here tonight in Reno on the biggest little wrestling show, as Mustafa Saed has helped out his friends, the Reno Scum.
He just body slammed the biggest athlete in California.
That is the truth. He definitely did. And look at them. They're on the outside now going, I don't know about this. The numbers game is definitely evened up, as the Rock Legend Scum and big man himself, the Sultan of Scum, Lester the Legend, has definitely had a toll taken on them tonight in their match, but they are standing tall and proud right here in the middle of the ring in Reno as we end the show here tonight on the biggest little wrestling show in Reno, Nevada. Folks, make sure you join us on the World Wide Web at RenoWrestleFactory.com. Keep you updated. You can watch all the latest episodes. Also, join us every Wednesday, just like you are right now, Digital Channel 220 and Channel 12 on Charter Communications. And follow us as well on MySpace, Facebook, and Twitter. You can get all those links off of RenoWrestleFactory.com.
I am absolutely disgusted by this scene.
Why?
Nostalgia and friendship, and it just makes me sick to my blooming stomach.
Say what you want, but like he said, united they stand, divided they die. And I'll tell you right now, they are united.